It's a song that has been on repeat in my car, in my head, when I wake up in the morning. It has been on your playlist. It has been sung over and over and over again here in the United States, in Iran, all around the world, at protests and demonstrations over months and months, really becoming an anthem to the revolution in Iran. You know the song I'm talking about, Shervin's song, Baraye, that most of us have on repeat in our hearts and in our souls. And I have some very exciting news that I want to share with you. I have a very, very special guest who is about to join me in just a few minutes, and they need your help. This weekend, my friends, is the Grammys. If you don't know what the Grammys are, could I just take a moment and just tell you how big of an award ceremony this is for musicians and artists, producers, everything music. Here in the United States, it's a very big deal. We cover it in the news just as we do the Academy Awards. This Sunday is the Grammys. You don't hear my voice? I'm going to give you a second because I have somebody that says that there's no voice. If there's no voice, then I have to disconnect this and come back again. Hi, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Sue, you hear my voice? Somebody doesn't hear my voice. Who hears my voice? Oy. I need somebody to tell me you can hear my voice. If you tell me yes, then that one person doesn't have it and everybody else. Alexander, do you hear my voice? Elham, do you hear my voice? There is. Kati, does that mean that you can't hear my voice? Say yes, voice. There is voice. Baba. Okay, sorry you don't have my voice if you don't have my voice because everybody else does. The Grammys are this weekend. How many of us are so incredibly proud of Shervin? Shervin is the singer. He is the artist behind that song, Baraye. We saw that he was detained. We saw that he was released. And we are now going to watch to see if his song, Baraye, is going to be recognized by the Grammys and at the Grammys this weekend. I know you've been following the news, and I have a special guest I want to bring here because this special guest needs you to telephone. All of you in the phone right now, tell all your friends. We have something that you need to do on Saturday, and it's a really, really big deal. I wouldn't be here if this wasn't a really, really big deal. Okay, so give me a second. Let me bring, where are you, Mr. Taylor? Taylor this, Taylor that, over the past few months. Taylor's in the house. Taylor.
Hi.
I mean, seriously, do your ears burn because Katie talks about you all the time? Like just
my gosh.
Amazing things to say about you.
Well, it's so good to meet you. She says amazing things about you. I have just had honestly an incredible journey with connection to this cause, and connection to her. And I'll tell you, I'm just overwhelmed at there's such humanity going on. There's people that are doing their most to stand up for a cause. They're obviously so proud of their heritage. I don't have Persian heritage, but I feel very connected to the Iranian people and to this moment. This is just an incredible, important. I think it's a historic moment, and that's why we're going to talk about this weekend, but really about how we come together for this cause.
Taylor, I mean, honestly, like I can feel the tears swelling up in my eyes because I was born and raised here in the United States, and last time I went back to Iran, I was just 4 years old. And to see people like you, are you alive? Are somebody there? You're like,
No, I'm right here. I'm telling my daughter that my phone's gonna die. It always does.
You need a battery? You can get a battery charger. It's okay. This is informal. This is not like my morning news when I'm interviewing people on Fox. Like, go get a charger.
No, I'm not wanting to interrupt you, but I'm classically always having dead phones. But yeah, please continue.
Okay.
So you have this connection.
I do, but
proud of your roots.
For someone like you who is not Iranian, and every time someone who has not been Iranian, who has stepped up over the past 5 months, Taylor, every time I can feel like this emotion just come up because it's not something that a lot of Iranians are used to. you know, just because of everything that has happened in the history. When you see so many people stepping up for Iran, holding up, like musicians holding up Iranian flags, it's just been so overwhelming. It's almost surreal.
Yeah, well, I can only imagine. I mean, it is overwhelming to me. Just thinking about the incredible courage that it's taken, and the incredible pain that for generations has been experienced by families that have loved their heritage, but not been able to love what's gone on at home, right? I mean, that's what I've heard from a lot of people. So I'm excited to just share with you what I'm connected to, why I'm interested in particularly why this resonates with me now. And like you said, we're trying to do something historic and timely. You know, this week in Los Angeles, like that's why we're talking specifically, is because, so if people don't know, my history is, you know, I'm a musician, among other things, usually just causing trouble in some way, but but I love making music. I've been making music since I was very young, and something that is something that's very personal to me is I have seen the power of music. I've seen the power of voices, and you know, whenever you're an artist, there's a way to advocate for things. There are times where I think artists, you know, you never want to tell someone they should care about a cause as if it's their fault that they don't care. You want to share honestly and earnestly. But I've seen how music really does connect people around the world. I was in 100 cities last year as a performing artist. I was in 20 countries, and you see over and over how we all crave things that are common. We're so much more connected than we are, you know, separate. I feel that.
Yeah.
And I think Shervin's song is a courageous song, and one that we've seen so many people get inspired by. But it has a chance to not only be a symbol, but to genuinely help move this movement. And that is inspiring to me. That's something I want to be a part of, and I think other artists want to be as well.
Yeah,
So
there's a very famous quote that says, "Let music speak when words fail." And I was just at, and you know him well because he's part of this project, Hamid Saidi, Grammy
yes,
winner,
phenomenal.
nominee. You know
Yes,
him?
a
He'll be at
winner.
the
He's
winner.
amazing.
And he's going to be at the Grammys this weekend up for another award. Katie will be there, and I was just with them over the weekend at his concert that he had in Orange County. He allowed a moment for my son, who's learning to play the same instrument that he does, to be on stage and do a performance with a deaf ensemble. And Taylor, my son, when he got off stage, he was telling me, "Mommy, wow, what a wild feeling that was to perform." And I said, "Honey, look at the power, those two sticks that you had in your hand and the music you created with just two sticks. You moved an entire audience." And I tell people all the time that this culture sometimes has a hard time leaning into music, is let that music be your medicine. Let it be your medicine. Let it make you feel better. Let it make you strong. Let it make you rise. Let it make you want to fight.
Well, to give you the courage, I mean, music does have a way of connecting us to something bigger than ourselves. Much like an important cause it needs that. Music can be the fuel, and so there's so much connective common ground. And again, music is a thread, and so the question is how, you know, just how we keep moving forward when we feel like there's no way forward.
And when music is your anthem, like Shervin's song Baraye, to see non-Persian singing it, to see people marching to it, it's a song that I don't know about, I never get tired of it. It's always, every time I hear it, it boosts me up. And for this now to be recognized at the Grammys and be even in the same, how did this even happen? And where are we at that we're talking about this now, just what are we, like 4 days before the Grammys right now? So tell me what's happening. And then you have a big ask of the Iranian community in Southern California this weekend.
Well, first of all, just to be 100% clear, we're all advocates. You know, part of the story for me in connecting to this cause went back back all the way into October when I heard from a good friend that has Iranian heritage about what was going on. And she just shared with me a heartfelt, earnest, like so many, hey, this has really reached a point that, we can no longer with this, our heritage, we're proud of it. We can no longer be quiet, and wanting to stand up, wanting to share more. And then she shared with me the existence of this song. And knowing I'm a musician, knowing I'm, in the industry, asked, hey, do you know how we can make sure this song is submitted properly? Not, nobody guarantees a Grammy, but can you help me make sure? And what she didn't know is I'm actually fairly involved in the Grammys, have been for some time. And I'm one of the volunteer elected officers of one of the chapters. And in the center of the country in Texas. So I knew who to ask. And so with a few days left to submit, I did jump in to just make sure and ask the question of the leadership at the Grammys, hey, do we know if this song is actually eligible? Can it be submitted? And I was excited and grateful to the leadership, to Harvey Mason and Panos for responding and saying, yes, we know about this song. In fact, we've been overwhelmed by these songs, but many people submitted it and it wasn't properly submitted.
I heard about that. Katie called me and she's like, they're doing it wrong. Stop.
Yeah, they noticed, but they noticed and they felt the presence. And this is for a new special merit award, which is decided differently by a panel of a blue ribbon committee that decides these awards. And so they said, we're considering it. And so I felt, I was really happy I could just help confirm, help make sure that it was done. And through that, I met our mutual friend now, Katie, who had properly submitted the song. And so because yes, she had, as an entertainment lawyer. And so, for me, I'm on tour as a musician. I was actually in Latin America at the time, so completely upside down. It was unexpected, but I was so moved. I was so moved by the feeling. And I'll tell you what, I have 3 daughters. And I just thought to myself, I'm actually a father of 7, three daughters and 4 boys. And I thought to myself, I did not know what was going on in Iran, but I have to hope if I were one of these families, if I were a father watching my daughter, I would be in the street. I would have to believe I would be in the street. And something happened to me that I hope others can feel. There's so many causes, there's so many things that are happening in the world. You can't obviously know everything, do everything. But when you see things that are human, that connect us to our humanity, you're, I think, required to at least not turn off your heart, not turn off your mind, to just pay attention. And so it just hit me like something I can't look away from. And so I think for all of us, what I felt was this beautiful sense that a generation that has felt, especially American Iranians and people with Persian background, maybe that they couldn't be as proud of their heritage because of the relationship with governments, because of the tension from governments, and to be able for us to see one another as people, to say, these are like me, these are my daughters, these are my sisters, these are my family. Like, I think this is historic. And so I'll say over these months, really just tried to stay talking and communicating and saying, what can we do? And we all feel that the challenge is we need for this story to reach the kitchen table of Americans. We need for it to reach the common person, to see this not just as worthy of all of us getting and saying, how many people have to die? How many people have to for us to pay attention? And I think it's past. I think that it's too much. It needs to change. And so we all have, I've stayed very much in touch with my friends at the Academy and tried to be very respectful of the process. And they protect it very closely, as they should. But we do know from many conversations I've had and others that the song has been such an impact on the internal as they've considered the award, that award is actually no longer being announced on Saturday like it was planned. They're waiting to announce the winner of that award until the weekend, until Sunday. Now, I'll say this. We do not know. Again, the Grammys is I do not have any control over the final. This is up to the final committee. It's up to the Academy. I very much respect who they are and what they do and how they're trying to do it. But I do know that at the highest levels, all the way back to those first calls I know I had, and others I'm sure reached out to say this is important, that the Academy is recognizing that this song stands alone, stands unique as a song that is championing a social cause that is important. So I think what we're trying to do this weekend is to do anything we can to really just unify around how music and how different voices, how non-Persian and Persian people of different walks can come together and not and really try and make sure that this story, that the song itself and the movement, regardless of whether the Grammy, of course, we feel strongly about its recognition, but regardless, that in this moment, the fact that it's been considered, the fact that there's so much conversation, we need to come together to amplify it and reach more people with this cause. And so that's what we're trying to do. So we have a really crazy idea.
No, I know you have a crazy idea, and I tell you, like my flight, I changed a flight. I'm on my way to New York, and I changed my flight this morning to come back to be a part of your crazy idea. But
yes,
we're going to tell everybody in just a minute. So Shervin's song Baraye, just for anybody that's popping in and out, if you followed over the past few months, picked up to be possibly win an award in the Grammys. It's not a Grammy, right? It's an award that the Grammy
Special Merit Award. Yeah, it's
Special Merit Award for social change. Is that what it is?
There's key awards that the Grammys puts recognition for, technical awards or merit, special merit, things like lifetime achievement. And this year, the first year, they decided to create this award called Song for Social Change. And so if this song, it has been submitted and it's been considered, and we know it's very strongly considered for this award.
Wait, so this was the first year this category was created? And it just happened to create on the year that Iran is going through a revolution? Shut the front door. This is meant to happen.
This is the year.
Meant to happen.
This is the beginning. This is the first year they've brought this. And I know the leadership at the Academy, this is something that some folks have been really passionate about, just having this award. I mean, Panos Panay, the president, I know, is very earnestly, really respects and admires this cause. We've talked about it, so as others have said the same. But they're always trying to give consideration, of course, respect that all things are submitted. Everybody is, given the due, music is being reviewed and considered, but this song is so significant and this time is so significant. We know that this is a big moment. So
I have a question, because when I talked to Katie a few weeks ago, when I was trying to piece together, she said that the award would not be done because there's a lot of confusion within the Iranian community, because everybody thought this was nominated for a Grammy and then it was going to be on the Grammys, and then we had to explain to people, and Katie kept trying to tell everybody, no, this is an award, and then it won't be presented at the actual Grammys. There's usually another event. But in the past few days, even that has changed. Like, this is actually going to be announced, the winner, now in the Grammys on Sunday, like the live broadcast that we're watching.
So I want to just be very careful. I don't want to speak on behalf of the executive, Recording Academy, but I can speak to what I know, and I know what they're considering. They usually, all the Special Merit Awards, they announce them on Saturday. In fact, there's a ceremony on Saturday.
Oh.
But this award is not being included in Saturday. It's going to be shared on Sunday. So that is what we understand, and so I think this is what everyone should know, because again, it's so important. I'm really privileged to be a part of the Academy as one of the presidents of the chapters. I respect what they're trying to do with making sure to keep those things private, to announce it appropriately. But this song has made a huge impact on the music, on those that are considering an award. And so right now, we're trying to make sure that we don't waste, those that care about this movement, we don't waste a moment, because frankly, there has been incredible rallies, there have been incredible gatherings, there have been incredible, all the versions of Shervin's song, but for some reason, it's not reaching past those that have convictions already like it should. So we want to break through to those that, to discover this cause and join us. So as we head into the Sunday, all with high hopes, we're doing a special session of a new rendition of Shervin's song that we're calling, it's Baraye, but Baraye for Women, Life, Freedom. And we want to do something that's never been done before.
Okay.
So the song "We Are the World," kind of a famous song that was, many years ago. It was a call to action.
Yeah. So, we are the children. That song.
Yes, exactly. It was an example of how music really was synergized around a cause. And so in thinking about how can we really elevate this cause to that same level where people think of, look, this is important in the same way that We Are the World is. This is that kind of call to action for music.
Okay.
We are recording a new version of Baraye at the studio We Are the World was recorded in this Saturday. And we're doing something historic. We are inviting many artists, and I want to focus on any one artist's name because the whole idea is many different artists of different styles, American artists, English-speaking artists, amazing Persian artists are going to be there. So we're so grateful. But mostly, we want you to be there. We want yourself, and we want those that are passionate, that have been going to rallies, that have been peacefully protesting, to join us to not just rally but to sing. The project is called the Voices Project, and we are now in a moment where we know not only are we passionate about singing Shervin's song Cut Through, but we need to remind people that there are lives, thousands of lives that are at risk and that are being lost because of those that are imprisoned for just protesting, right? I mean, so we're going to do what we believe will be the largest recording session of voices ever done in a studio. We are inviting people to come on the morning of Saturday and to be patient and to register on forwomenlifefreedom.com to come into the studio and sing.
I gotta do this. Katie, is anybody here that you can put up this website, please, and I'll pin it?
forwomenlifefreedom.com.
Forwomenlifefreedom.com. You have to register?
Yeah. You can, we invite people to come.
Okay.
You can register once you're there, but please, if you can, go onto the website and register in advance so we know how many people are planning to come. And here, what we're going to do is this. We are trying to record a singing voice for every voice of a protester that's currently in prison.
Taylor!
So we are hoping to record literally thousands of voices throughout a day. And this is why we call it the Voices Project, because you can be, each person that's passionate, you can be the voice. You know, we talk about music, but in a literal sense, in a sense of how do we help all of us understand just what it means to say someone came and protested peacefully and now they're waiting potentially to be executed for that. I mean, it's unfathomable as a person in this country. There's so many things that we want better in our country always, but this is hard to fathom. And so we're going to record we're going to record thousands of individual voices. We're going to do that at Hanson Studios, where history was once made with We Are the World. And we're going to create a new beautiful rendition that includes this new chorus. We are women for Women Life Freedom with Baraye, and it's going to be a celebration of this cause.
Okay.
And
I have some questions because this is a really, really big deal. And you have, like, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to find at least 16,000 people, because that's how many people are in prisons right now in Iran.
We know.
So we need to find 16,000 Persians or people in Los Angeles, which I don't think you're going to have a problem finding, because you know Southern California, Los Angeles, home to one of the largest populations of Iranians outside of Iran, right? So you need them to register at forwomenlifefreedom.com.
Yes.
You want everybody to show up to Hanson Studio. Where is that address? What's the address?
And so it is on
La Brea.
La Brea, just down from Sunset. And we can post, if you go to the website, all the information.
I'll post it.
La Brea and
I'll
Sunset.
post your website too.
This is an important thing to say too. We have a great team. We are doing something extraordinary. It's important that it's peaceful. It's important that it's organized. It's important that people are ready to sing and share love. We are capturing the power of the voice. And so every time someone has protested and they felt like they haven't been heard, every time that they've done an amazing project and it hasn't been covered, bring that sense of belief in the cause. Come on the morning of Saturday. The first session's at 10, and we're going to invite all of our guests to come in waves of large sessions, and we're going to invite you to sing. We're going to share. Please, everybody, please needs to follow on social as well. The new For Women Life Freedom is official. It says For Women Like Freedom Official on Instagram and others. Start following that, because we're going to start sharing this new chorus that will join Baraye. So it's very easy for everybody to sing along with, and it's going to be something that everyone can do, and this will be this. I mean, obviously, this moment is not just about a song, it's not just about a gesture, but we want people to their minds to be blown, their hearts to be blown by what it feels like to see and hear the sound of these voices. You know, I think this is where we are the voice of the voiceless. And if you have a voice that can be heard, then this is a moment where we can share together and we can sing together. It's not just yelling and not just chanting, we can sing. And there's something unifying about it.
You know, I was at a protest in Los Angeles just a few weeks ago, and my aunt, who lives in Iran, left me a voice message and said, and I was posting videos of me walking, getting ready to go and protest. And, you know, she said, if we did what you are about to do, they would arrest us here in Iran. And they watch, you know, and I'm like, well, here's the police officer who's going to protect me as I walk down the street and scream very, very loudly and be able to freely and safely express my opinion. And you are so right that for this moment to be able to do that sometimes I think we take for granted in this country, that so many people are not afforded that very, very simple, basic thing that we do every day in many parts of the world and here in the US. So this is pretty spectacular and magical, Taylor. I cannot believe. Did you
we're really trying to do something.
Were you guys sitting around a kitchen table, or did you just dream this up and all of a sudden say, okay, we're going to get 16,000 people and we're going to do this just a few days before the Grammys?
Well, for months we've been speaking, and huge thanks to Katie and to Hamid. Hamid's a great artist and somebody I really value as a friend, and someone who's taken obviously the time and the creativity to do so many things. And I will say what we've been saying to one another, and I've been hoping for, is how do we communicate something different? How do we break the silence of this cause to reach people in a different way? And so it is important. One, someone asked what language you're speaking. Of course, the language of Farsi is beautiful and it connects with so many, but we are going to sing this in English so that we're hoping to reach new people of all backgrounds that many people, especially in the United States, can also sing this, can post about it, can share it online, can feel like they can join. And it's honoring Baraye because it's a collaboration. It's like a new arrangement. So the idea was born out of late night conversations and with Hamid and I and Katie and others. My friend David Garza, whose wife has Iranian heritage, who's joining us. We have incredible collaborators helping. Jim Scott, who's a legendary Grammy-winning producer and mixer, an incredible conductor, a friend Noah Luna, who's doing it. We have so many creators that are going to join us to help make this happen. But here's the thing again, just put on your list, I'm going to join this group on Saturday. And wherever you are, those watching, join us, bring love, bring your voice, and we will be sharing. Katie mentioned too, we are going to be filming, of course, and taking photos because this is such an important moment. Right. We're going to encourage people to wear white or wear light colors just to show unity. Okay, to show connection with prisoners and with one another. To look and see. Look, this is another way that we're showing how we're one. Anything that can show unity, and we're going to have a beautiful piece of art to capture the music and the visuals, and something that we'll be able to share. And the only mission is that this is a way of expressing this cause that helps inspire more people to join. What happens to this video? What is it? Do we know what it's being used for, or is it a special surprise? Yeah. Or we will be releasing the song as an official single, as a release after it's recorded. We will be making music video for it, so you'll be a part of that. We will be creating documentary pieces about the making, so we'll be sharing that on social media. So to tell this story, and again, how do we capture something? The goal is to capture something that brings new people into the story, and so yes, you'll be a part of the whole picture, whoever joins.
So, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm on my way to New York. Katie called me, told me this. I rebooked my flights. I'm coming back on Friday just to be there with you guys on Saturday. This is not something that I want to miss. This is a really big deal. And just thank you for creating this moment. You, Katie, Hamid, David, anybody that has come together over the past few weeks. I know this means a lot, not only to Iranians here living in the United States, all around the world, in Iran. All eyes will be on the Grammys this weekend to see an artist that was arrested for singing the song that found a way into all of our hearts and still is on replay for many of us, is that it's continuing to live on, and now it's taking different forms and shapes, and we're hoping we'll pick up and be recognized with this very special award at the Grammys this weekend that's broadcasting Sunday from 5 to 8 p.m. live from Los Angeles, Best Song for Social Change. So this event that Taylor is inviting you to, Taylor, I'm just repeating, This is the job. All y'all need to call all your friends tonight. Pick up your phone and start texting your friends tonight. And you want to get everybody you know in the Southern California, drive to Los Angeles. I will post this on my stories. Go to Katie's page, Katie's tag there. Are you going to post it as well, Taylor?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's been, news has been shared in waves, but we'll continue to reinforce it, and I'll be sharing mine.
So we'll continue to pump out the information over the next few days, but you want to go to forwomenlifefreedom.com. Katie has the website there. I pinned it. Register. Do we need to arrive early? Is it?
So the sessions will begin at 10. So if people can plan to be there by 9, that's helpful. When you go onto the website, there's a drop-down menu. You put your name in. It helps us to know. If you go on the website, it helps us to know, because we sense it's like RSVPs. Hey, who's coming to the party? And you'll have a menu. It drops down. You can say what sessions, because it'll be all day, because we're trying to get so many people. If you think you can be there in the afternoon, just register, say, I'll be there in the afternoon. That way we help keep it moving.
Okay.
But the first wave can be there as early as 9 in the morning. And you'll see, we'll have, security and a team, and make sure everything is, done safely. But plan to be patient with us, because it could be a lot of folks. And what's really great about this is, on a musical side, I think we're going to be making history from the point of view of how many people are singing. On a cause side, we'll be making history because of what we're doing for this song. And on thinking about how do we articulate to everybody, whether they care about this cause or not, that human life is valuable. Human life is worth standing up for, and that's what every one of these voices, when you come, you are Shervin's voice. You are Masa Amini's voice. You are Tumaj's voice. Like, we need to stand up for them now, and be what they cannot be, and do it with. I will just say, not to be get on the soapbox, but to do it with, to wage love means to act on love, and so you can fight with something that is more potent than anything else, which is your convictions, your actions, and your love put into action, that's what this can be, and blow minds.
Duplicate you and put you all over the world. I just more people of you all around the world, and this world would be just, so amazing. Taylor, I liked you before, and I just love you now. I got a few friends popping in right now. They're asking questions. They're asking, can kids come?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Please. I have two of my daughters with me. They said, you cannot do this without me, Dad. And I'm super happy to have them with me. Obviously, this will be a unique situation. So I would just, again, you are an ambassador for the cause when you come. So please come ready to sing, and come ready to register or register in advance. And come ready to be a part of something that is historic. And also, between now and the weekend and then onward, this is the whole mission for all of us, is how do we amplify something to reach new people, to reach people that haven't discovered this. So maybe as if you've already been a champion of this cause,
maybe think to yourself, you know, how can this moment, singing a song in a different way, coming together this weekend as we head towards the Grammys, like how can that reach people that maybe friends even that have said, oh, I don't understand this, or this is not my cause. Maybe you felt like you know, you said it 10 times to somebody and they, you know, their ears turned off, but just say, hey, this is a moment to bring attention to this cause in a way that we want it to propel forward. So
Taylor has done all of this for the Iranian community now, and now it's your turn. I'm going to be there. We're gonna make this happen. So you need to call your friends, start texting. Yes, I promise you, I'm going to post this video on my feed so you can share this. We have 3 days to get as many people in white and to Hanson studio on La Brea on Saturday as early as 9, and it'll go until they are done, to record a version of Baraye, Shervin's song that many of you are very familiar with. And this is all coming on the heels of the Grammys, which are this weekend. And you know our eyes are on that because Shervin's song Baraye is up for an award, Best Song for Social Change, which the newest news is that now this quite possibly will actually be announced during the actual Grammys and not one of the other events that they have outside of this. This is a big weekend, Taylor.
it is. Thanks so much for having me on. I would be remiss too if I didn't say, it's my least favorite thing to say, but it is important. We are asking, I mean, a lot of people, video production, sound production, people to give their time, use their time. And so there is a degree of fundraising that's happening to make sure everything's done really well and safely. If anyone is able to give anything at forwomenlifefreedom.com, it is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3. Please consider making a donation at the site because it will help ensure not just that we make sure that the project is amazing, but that we, for those, you know, those that are throwing down, that we can honor their time, whether it's somebody shooting on a camera, recording, you know, security teams, all the different. So we're just making sure that this is an amazing event and it turns into an incredible project that we can share with the world. So
there are a lot of people who have been asking how they can help in this cause, and we know that getting money to Iran is very difficult because of sanctions and everything that's happening. But this is a way that if they want to help support something, that they can financially if they're in a position to.
Absolutely.
Every little bit helps, right?
It does, yeah. And again, so for Women Life Freedom, the whole nonprofit, like now that is formed, that is kind of, this is coming under, is really how do we use art, how do we use events, how do we use special platforms to keep pushing this mission. So it's definitely, this is a great example of the kind of project that can help support, which is going to push awareness, which is going to push engagement. So yeah, please consider it. But the most important thing is to come sing, come be the voice.
Okay, I've got my whites. I will be there. I may or may not bring my kids, but I will be there on Saturday with I can't sing those. Is that a problem?
Does not matter. No, you are going to be among many. You know, if you've ever sung at a concert, just go, hey, I'm there with many and we're going to sing together.
I wonder if this news, I'm sure, has traveled. Katie, has the news traveled to Shervin? Does he know what is happening? Does he get the magnitude of what is happening on this side of the world right now? I wonder if Katie's here. I wonder if he knows.
I'll let her speak to that. I know she's obviously very connected and as much as someone can be connected to him.
Yes,
hopefully,
yes.
Hopefully he feels that his courage is trying to be honored.
I'm sure he knows that, whether he can verbally say it or not, verbally celebrate it openly or not. I'm sure for any artist, and you're a musician, you're an artist, it's like you do what you do for people. You do what you do for people, and to see this when your music can affect people, this is it. This is exactly why you do what you do. So yeah. What he sat down to make that song and sing it, did he really know what kind of tsunami he was about to send all across the world? If he didn't know then, he will definitely know this weekend. All fingers crossed that Shervin will get that award for Best Social Change at the Grammys. Taylor, I hope to meet you one day, hopefully in person. You're amazing.
I'm gonna see you on Saturday, right?
Oh,
You're gonna come
that's right.
join.
I know, but you're gonna be busy, and I'm not gonna be able to spend time with you because you're gonna be directing 16,000 people to stand here.
Well,
Taylor, can I give you one warning?
Yes, please.
Persians operate on PST. Persian Standard Time. We are very delayed. I'm just warning you. You tell them 9, they'll be there at 12. 1.
Okay, well, everyone, please set your clocks to plan to arrive early enough that we can do this. My family, my last name's Hanson. We jokingly call it Hanson time sometimes, which is also late. So it's universal. Just plan to come as early as you can. And here we go. We move.
Yay for Taylor! We love Taylor. We love Taylor. I'm gonna bake you some cookies, Taylor. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Okay.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye.
Sign off. He was like that crazy lady from Foxtrot. She would bake me cookies and all that. Taylor, you know why I'm just, I don't know if you popped off or not. There's such joy that comes to my heart and my soul when you see non-Persians. Like for us Iranians, this has been the past few months have been so incredibly painful, and they've been very, very tough. And so many of us outside of Iran watching what's happening, feeling hopeless, what can we do? And then talking to those inside of Iran and seeing what they are doing and how courageous and brave that they are. So this is a fight that we have always thought is within us. And then we meet people like you, Taylor, who you don't have to do this. You really don't have to do this. And for you to do this and step up and hold the hands of Iranians and people who just need help during this time, it makes me happy. So I'm bringing you cookies, and I'm going to see you on Saturday. And thank you so much for just being a good human and a good soul and doing this. So let me reiterate this information one more time, and then I got to go because I have a flight to catch. I'm on my way to New York City. Shervin's song Baraye is up for a special award at the Grammys, Best Song for Social Change. The Grammys is happening this Sunday, February 5th, between 5 and 8 p.m. It'll be broadcast. All the Grammy celebrations and events start this weekend. Originally, the plan was for this category to be announced sometime on Saturday. It wasn't really a part of the actual live broadcast. I was lucky enough last year that Katie and Ostad Hamid Saidi, who is a Grammy winner, and he's back again for another nomination. They invited me. Thank you guys. Katie, I don't know if you're still here or not. They gave me such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I could walk the red carpet with them, and I was live with them from the Grammys. I know how incredibly crazy and busy it is, and what you see on TV is this much, and the Grammys is this much. So Shervin's award was supposed to be announced in this much of the Grammys. In the past few days, it has now been announced that this category of social change it looks like now should be announced sometime within the actual Grammys. So if this happens, that means on TV, if you're watching the Grammys, they're going to say the winner for the best song for social change is, and then all of us are going to be like, and we're going to hope they're going to say Shervin for Baraye, and all of us are going to start crying and screaming and jumping up and down because that's what I can just see happening, and that's what we're all hoping for. Okay, so that's what's happening with the Grammys. Then on a side note, you just heard Taylor. We just spent the last 40 minutes talking about it. He needs your help. Him and his team, they need your help. Anybody can come. You can come. The kids can come. Call your friends. Call your family. I'm going to post this. Share it like crazy. This Saturday, starting as early as 9 a.m. and throughout the day at Hanson Studio. I'll post the website for you to get information. You need to register to go. They need as many people there throughout the day. They're looking for at least 16,000 people to be able to represent all the people that have been arrested in Iran for protesting. So if you would like to be a part of it, you wear white, grab your family, grab your friends. Please pack your patience and behave yourself there. You're representing the Iranians. Stand in a line, wait till they call you in, and they're going to record a version of this Baraye that they're working on a special project. That is happening Saturday throughout the day in Los Angeles. So now it's your job to go find your family and your friends and your buddies and go do this. We can do this for sure, right? We can do this. Katie, you're still here. Katie says, I am too much on Saturday. You can be any voice of anybody that you have connected with who has lost their life in Iran over the past few months in this revolution, who has been arrested and been detained. You can be them. You can be Iran. Just show up on Saturday and sing your heart out. And let's get this song and Shervin the recognition that it deserves. Katie June, I can call you now Katy June. مرسی که وقت تو گذاشتی and منو کانکت کردی به تیلر. واقعا آدم خوبیه. به من گفتی آدم خوبیه ولی خیلی باحاله. So I'm looking forward to seeing you and مرسی که این opportunity دادی که من میتونم لایو برم به تمام دوستامون بگیم که شنبه لطفاً دوستاتون رو جمع بکنید، خانواده‌تون رو جمع بکنید، یه رنگ سفید یا یه رنگ خوش رنگ بپوشید و وبسایت رو براتون پست میکنم. برید صفحه کیدی، الان اینجا پینش کردم، کیدی امیر یونسی لا فرم. میتونی برید صفحه کتی جون، برید به وبسایت. تمام اینفورمیشن ها تو این چند روز we'll just keep reposting so you know where to go on Saturday. Go record this for Shervin and then we'll keep our fingers crossed. Kati June is going to be at the Grammys this Sunday with Ostad Hamid Saidi. You know who he is. I was blessed enough to be with them last year at the Grammys. He's up for another Grammy Award. So they will be at the Grammys. You can follow her and she's going to be live. She's bringing extra battery packs to make sure she can be live on the red carpet and share all this. Kati June, if we can get it coordinated that you can be live and I can be live with you at the Grammys the moment that they announce this, it will be amazing. All right, so that's happening this Sunday. We're going to find out if Shervin won this award for Baraye at the Grammys. That was a lot of information. 47 minutes of talking about this beautiful song. I love this song. I love this song. I love this song. Shervin, you're amazing. I don't know if you're watching. You're probably not watching right now, but you touched a lot of people's lives. And thank you. Thank you for this beautiful song that all of us, Dast be dast ham, could use this as an anthem and to be able to say what so many of us have been feeling for the past few months and really should be an anthem for this entire world, no matter what country you're from. Every word of that song is about humanity. Every word in that song is about how we should be living together. Just as Taylor said, when you move in love and you move with kindness and you move in freedom, this world would just be such an amazing place. So Taylor, thank you for you. Kati June, thank you for you. Hamid John, thank you for you. Good luck at the Grammys. We'll be watching you. I will try to get this information in between my flights. I got to go to New York. I'm going to an event tomorrow of raising kids with cancer, and then I'm going to turn back around. I'll be there for a few days, jump back on a plane, and come back here. I will see you Saturday in Los Angeles. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Taylor.